It was extraordinary what we saw play out in London this week.
Yes, Thursday we had students actually smashing the car window of Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles, part of a wider protest because this week the House of Commons passed the law that said that the tuition hike from £3,000 a year to £9,000 a year will take place. And it only has to now be approved by the House of Lords, and that's just perfunctory. But let's take it back a step. Let's look at 1998. Up until 1998, the British did not pay for university. Even living costs, they got a grant. In 1998, it goes up to £1,000 a year. In 2004 to £3,000 a year, and now £9,000 a year. Now, the other thing, TJ, is that most universities in Britain are public. They are state. So, for example, Oxford and Cambridge, which people think of as very expensive, are not,
yes.
but they state. You get in on prestige, but it's the same. It's like a government university. It's not like Harvard or Yale. So what's happening is students having to pay for those universities are saying that keeps the lower classes out. But interestingly enough, you don't have to pay back the loan until you have completed the course and start working.
Yes, and that was a part of one of the concessions, I believe, as well, in that they raised that you have to make a certain amount of money.
Correct.
You said you don't have to start paying until you reach a certain salary in your career.
Right. So these protests is really an ideological thing. The British are saying that our right to education is being taken away, that it's a right, not a privilege. And by increasing the fee to this degree, they are making it only for the privilege. But of course, the counter argument is anybody can go and then you can pay back only when you start earning. But once again, when we look at these riots, and you saw what happened this week with the smashing of the car, or earlier in the month with the fire hydrant that went into the headquarters of the Conservative Party, that gets hijacked because the real reason for the protest is overlooked. The other reason that students are so furious is the Liberal Democrats, who are part of the coalition government, promised that they would not sign tuition hikes. That was part of their promise. So what's happening is the students are feeling very betrayed. And I'm going to give you the saying of the week. They feel that the government and everything has gone pear-shaped.
Pear-shaped.
That is my saying of the day, pear-shaped. And what it means, it comes from the Royal Air Force. Instead of doing a perfect circle in aeronautical practice, you went to Butterworth line, and instead of being a circle, it was more pear-shaped.
You went pear-shaped.
So it's gone pear-shaped.
And it's unfortunate, and I'm not sure when the other vote is, but the universities aren't required, is what they say. It allows them to have this cap necessarily.
Correct.
I'm not sure, and I don't know the research, I don't know if you do as well, what the universities did last time. Did all of them, for the most part, raise the tuition up to the cap?
They raised it, some to the cap, but nobody obviously went beyond the cap. But it's the cap.
It's a huge increase, threefold.
Well, it is, but compared to American universities, if you think £9,000 a year compared to what people pay for Harvard or Yale, which is around $60,000 a year. But again, it's the ideological right and the fury and the sense of betrayal.